are the emerging technologies in this present day. We all know these technologies, they are transforming this entire world. Whatever the applications we are using in our day-to-day, somehow there is a technology behind it, that is no doubt at all from AI and machine learning. So some of the applications which we use, they are Amazon shopping recommendations. Actually, we do the shopping online, so we can see the shopping recommendations. Next, Facebook image recognition, Netflix streaming video, Alexa voice assistants, smart cars, spam detection, whatnot, everything. Online customer support, smart home devices. These are used by us in our daily life, but the technology behind this is AI and machine learning. So actually, what is artificial intelligence and what is this machine learning? The word artificial intelligence comprises of two words, artificial and intelligence. Here, artificial refers to something which is made by human. It's not natural. Intelligence means ability to understand or think. Artificial intelligence is a technique which enables machine to mimic human behavior. Actually, artificial intelligence, it is a theoretical and philosophical concept. Artificial intelligence, it is not a system, but it can be implemented in a system. So artificial intelligence is a technique which enables the machine to mimic the human behavior. So artificial is the branch of computer science by which we can create intelligent machines which can behave like human, think like human, able to make the decisions. Actually, it was a myth from Greeks to Indians. So in our ancient literature, we can find a particular idol, it can mimic like a human. So it was a myth, but still the people are trying to get it in reality. So here, artificial intelligence, it has four different approaches. First one is acting humanly, thinking rationally, and acting rationally. So out of these four approaches of AI, the machine learning falls into which category? Actually, we always hear these words: data science, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. These are the buzzwords in industry right now. But what is the origin of this technology? Every technology, the origin is artificial intelligence. In fact, they are subsets of AI. But it falls into which category? Actually, there are four different approaches of AI: acting humanly, thinking rationally, acting rationally. So acting humanly is the first approach of AI. So where natural language processing, knowledge representation, reasoning, and adaptation, these four come under this category, acting humanly. Natural language processing, that is separate technology that comes under this machine learning. So knowledge representation. So knowledge representation, it refers to store whatever that system it sees and hears, storage. Reasoning. So reasoning means so intelligently taking the decisions. So next one is adaptation. Adapt to the environment. There our machine learning comes. That means machine learning is a branch of AI, and it is one of the approach of AI that come under this category, acting humanly. Next one, thinking humanly. So introspection, timing, introspection, it comes under thinking humanly. Thinking rationally, law of thought, right thinking, that comes under thinking rationally. Fourth one is acting rationally. So act to achieve the best outcome. That is the principle of acting rationally. So these are the four different approaches of AI. So our machine learning, it comes under the category of acting humanly. That is adoption. Human always adapts to the environment. So like that, we want to build our machines so that they adapt this environment and make intelligent decisions. So that's about the relation between AI and machine learning. Actually, the title of this course is Implementation of AI and Machine Learning. So that is the most appropriate title for this course, because this machine learning is a subset of AI and it is one of the approach of AI. AI is the theoretical concept. Its implementation are these technologies, whatever we name it as, deep learning, machine learning, natural language processing, everything. It is the practical implementation of our artificial intelligence to achieve a common goal. That is to make the machine to mimic like human. That is the actual fundamental principle behind these all technologies which are ruling this entire IT industry. So now, what is machine learning? So we know that machine learning is one of the most important branches of artificial intelligence, and machine learning is a subset of intelligence, artificial intelligence. So it is the field of study that provides the computers ability to learn without being explicitly programmed. So learning ability, we are trying to make the machine to learn. That is the principle behind this machine learning. Let the machine learn using the past historical data, which is known as feedback. That is the principle behind this particular machine learning technology. So artificial intelligence and machine learning, that is the relation. So it is an application of AI that provides the system ability to automatically learn and improve from the experience. Machine, it learns automatically. Actually, when we write any program, we give the input and it provides the output according to the given set of instructions or predefined task. That is our normal non-adaptive systems. But in machine learning, what does the machine do? It takes input and output labels and it builds the model, it gives the prediction. So that is the difference between the normal programmed computers and machine learning approach. So here we can generate a program by integrating the input and output of that particular program. Your output means the feedback. We give the input and as well as the feedback, and then it generates the prediction. It builds the model and generates the prediction. That is the fundamental principle in this particular machine learning approach. So we all know, we are all well aware of these applications of AI and ML. But just let me again reiterate this one. So from space science to agriculture, anything that is highly influenced by this technology. So stock market analysis, education, agriculture, transport, healthcare, astronomy, gaming, finance, data security, social media, automotive, robotics, entertainment, electronic commerce. So these are all some of the applications of AI and machine learning. So we use these technologies in our day-to-day life, but the technology behind all these are AI and ML. That's why there is a tremendous increase of demand for this AI and machine learning engineers and all. So it is one of the most promising careers in the IT industry. So classical adaptive machines, in general, from environment, the input is provided and the machine, it has given one predefined task. According to the task, it performs that action and that output, it is generated, that goes to again environment. Here environment is nothing but whatever the inputs, whatever the data sets you are taking, everything it comes under the environment. So input is taken from the environment and this non-adaptive system, it acts according to the pre-programmed approach and it generates the output. That's it. Simply we give the input. So a task has been already predefined and it executes that particular predefined task. It generates some output. That's it. These are all classical adaptive machines. But in today, we see smart devices, everything. They are all adaptive machines. So here the scenario is like this. From environment, input is taken from environment, any machine, anything. So it takes input from the environment, input elements. So in adaptive systems, here we have trainer to train that particular machine. Here the trainer is nothing but our actual data, past historical data. So the adaptive systems are trained using the past historical data, and the current input is taken and it generates some output. And again, that output is given as feedback to this particular system. So first it takes the input. So there is a training method to train the system, and it takes the input and it generates that output, and that output is again given back as a feedback to this particular system. Intelligently, it can act. So actually, in this particular machine learning evaluation, AI and machine learning evaluation, so first this particular thing, it was observed by IBM company itself. There is a game called checkers game, where one guy has written the program where it identifies the intelligent moves in that particular game, and it stores that particular movements. When a particular person plays with this computer, a chess game, intelligently it makes that moves to win. Actually, that was the origin of this particular terminology and all this technology. So in machine learning, we have three different types of paradigms broadly classified. One is supervised learning, second one is unsupervised learning, and third one is reinforcement learning. Broadly classified into three types: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement learning. So in supervised learning, the data sets what we are providing, it consists of target input values. So that means your input data set, it comprises of some observations or records, where in each record we have input and the targeted output. So that is nothing but supervised learning. In supervised learning, we have a set of instances where each instance has input value and corresponding output value. So then we provide the input to train that machine, and whenever you give a new input, it predicts the new output value. So that is the mechanism of supervised learning. So in unsupervised learning, we just give the input. That's it. We give the input. The inputs may not have the corresponding output. So we provide the input, then using a particular model, it will do the clustering mechanism. That is nothing but the unsupervised learning. Here there is no labeling, nothing. Just we give the input data, then it forms different types of clusters based on the similarities. So that's why this is called as unlabeled data. The data which we provide for the unsupervised learning, that is called as unlabeled data. In supervised learning, whatever data we provide, that is called labeled data. We can label it as input features and output features. Like that, we can label the data. In unsupervised learning, we cannot label the data. Just we give some raw data. We give the data automatically using some similarities of the objects. Just it will form the clusters. That is called unsupervised learning. But we have to provide the input in unsupervised learning. Third one, it is called reinforcement learning. So in reinforcement learning, there is no input for this particular machine. So they learn from the environment. For example, we can see the robots. So the robots, what they do, just they move in one direction. If it finds any obstacle, then it will notice, and again next time it won't move that side. That's what reinforcement learning. There is no input, nothing. Interacting with the environment and getting the reward from the environment, it will learn its own. That is called reinforcement learning. So that is very advanced reinforcement learning. So in this particular course, why we choose this Python for building this machine learning and AI applications? Actually, AI is the theoretical concept. Machine learning is actually implementation of that AI technique. So here our choice is Python language. So why Python? So there are some unique features of Python language. That's why we choose Python as this programming language for building AI and ML applications. So I will just brief some points regarding this Python language. So Python is very simple to learn and easy to use. That's what it is required for a programmer. So it should be very easy to learn and easy to implement. So Python is very simple language. So anyone can learn without any prerequisite. Anyone can learn the Python language and they can develop any type of applications. That's why it is the first choice for all ML engineers and data scientists. So here extensive built-in library support is provided by this python.org. So built-in library support is available for any type of applications. For especially machine learning applications, big data applications, there are many libraries are available. So that's why we can make use of them and we can build our applications. We no need to start from very scratch level. Directly use those modules, functions and all, we can build our application. So third important one is concise code. Concise code means less number of lines of code. The same application you can build in any other programming language. But in Python, within less number of lines, you can write the code. So obviously that is one of the most important parameter that should be taken into consideration. Why? Because drastically it will decrease the production cost ultimately. So if the lines of code is less, then automatically the software development cost also drastically it reduces. So that's why it is also very important in this software domain. So it is very expressive language. Actually, Python is a high-level language. It consists of only simple English words and verbs, but it is more easier than any other programming language. So almost all it seems to be like an English language statement. If you see the Python code, we can observe this. So these are the reasons why we choose Python to build AI and ML applications. There are many other features. Once we get into this Python fundamentals, we will see all these. So over